Hey, fun fact number 120. I had the most fabulous time, took a risk, spent some money I didn't have, and I'd spent it a while ago, so before all the jobs fell through. But wonderful Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, dancing and singing in the Redwoods. There were classes where I learned things. There were people there that I learned stuff from. A lot of people learned something from me. I hope I helped some people. Um, it was a fabulous experience. It was like my people. Let's just get up, have breakfast, and dance for 2 or 3 hours, and then have lunch, and then go sing for 2 and 3 hours, and then have dinner and dance for 2 or 3 hours in nature. Fabulous. It was like my world. And most of them were like my people. So wonderful. Such a wonderful experience. If you ever have a chance to go camping or go to a camp where you don't have to cook, which was, I wish they had something other than Venmo to get tip the cooks because you sleep in a tent. Um, you socialize with other people, dancing and singing and talking and eating. The Italian in me was like, "Oh yeah, where can I get more of this every day?" Um, yeah, it was fabulous. And I learned a little bit more about contact dancing and weight-bearing dancing, which I'm still not very good at, but I'm learning and trying to grow through it. Some people create a song about, I'm going to take a week off from growth and growth opportunities, and I loved it so much because I feel that way a lot of the time. I feel like everything thrown at me is a lesson that I'm supposed to be learning and growing through, and I'm like, hey, can I just take a week off from that? Love that so much. Thank you guys. You know you are. Um, yeah. Fabulous. My friend got stung by a bee and she found out she was allergic, but we did the best we could out in the woods. But she ended up going to a doctor when she got back. I'm really glad she did. And really connected with a lot of different people. Really went through some emotions and clarity and was really a great experience. Um, and like not having to cook and just show up and look at the food and eat what you're gonna eat. Fabulous. Um, and so much sharing and joy and connection was so great. It was so great, and it kind of helped me, like I said, clarify a lot of things in my life, where I want to go, what I want to do, what's going on. Didn't help me get a job, but maybe it will. I don't know. There was only one time where I felt um, some negative response to me, and there was a gentleman. I knew him. I knew that he had an issue with what I was saying. We had talked about it before, but he looked like he was far away. It was after a dance, and we were all sitting down listening in to a leader and listening to their thoughts on, our experience. And he was sitting behind me. And I looked at him and I said, "Are you okay?" Because he looked kind of far away and a little bit sad, but mostly like he was really contemplating something and disconnected. And I said, "Are you okay?" And all he heard was, "Huh, huh, huh, huh." And I said it again. I said, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "I don't understand." And I just, because of that kind of negative feedback, I said, "You look sad." "I'm not sad. You're projecting on me. I'm just going to walk away from this conversation right now." That's your issues. I wasn't projecting sadness on you. I was just trying to check in with you. The other thing he said was he did come back to me and say, and try to clarify and reconnect in a way and explain why he behaved that way. Well, I knew why he behaved that way, but he wanted to explain it because he had to be the good guy and not the negative influence and the negative pushback force. And I didn't really, my thing was, I'm going to stay away from you and I'm not going to care if you're okay or not because you can't hear me when I ask you. And his idea was um, that I said, well, I'm sorry if all you heard was you look sad. I was asking you if you were okay. You didn't hear me. And that's all I was just checking in. And I wasn't projecting, but I didn't tell him that because he can't hear me. He has some kind of filter when it comes to me where he can't hear me. And I just said, I'm apologize if the way I was asking if you were okay was not understood. I wasn't trying to put an emotion on you. I was just trying to ask if you were okay. He goes, well, next time, can you just ask me, how are you doing? And I was like, okay, from now on, specifically for you, I'll remember to use that verbiage, that specific verbiage, if I want to know how you're doing. I will ask you how you're doing. And I'm apologizing right now if how I said that affected you negatively. Because you don't have to apologize. And I'm just like, okay. Basically, I just avoided him the rest of the trip because everything else and everybody else was fabulous. It was fabulous. It was like I could be me, and I felt like me getting back to the me I was before marriage and before children and before trying to start over and getting lost. I felt like here I am. Here's the little wood nymph free spirit um, person that I've always been, but I've hidden or I've um, negated because it never fit other people's idea of who I was or who I should be. So I got to just be free in myself, but I did not expose everything, and that's true. And I did not connect to everybody I could have connected with because that takes a lot of energy, and I'm old and I'm tired of being the one. I was hoping somebody else would be the one. And nobody else really was, but I think the acceptance of what I did show was really positive and uplifting and reaffirming. So if you ever get a chance to sing and dance and have a wonderful soul building experience that is freeing, so you can be authentically you all the time and not just keep your mouth shut or hide so people don't realize some of the people I really shared deeply with and helped. I asked them not to share it because once, not share it too much at least, because once people find out everything I am and everything I can do, it can be overwhelming sometimes for me, and I need my own space. So, sing and dance in nature, on the ocean, around a bonfire, in the redwoods. Um, I wouldn't do it in the desert. That's just me. But some people like that. But go out in nature and sing and dance. And when you go for a walk, sing and dance. I do it all the time. Though I do calm it down when I see people walking by. But my funnest fact ever is 120. It's singing and dancing in the redwoods for a few days. Love, love, loved it. Hope you have an opportunity to do it. If you've had an experience like this, like, subscribe, and comment with your experience. and love you all. Ciao, Bellas.